morning all. My name is Lokesh. I'm from Algomojo. Welcome to the session on how to use Algomojo platform for automation of your strategies. This session is getting recorded. In case you would like to go through it again, it will be made available towards afternoon. In case you have any queries, feel free to ask them during the course of the session itself. I'll try and answer your queries. And in case you'd like to see anything specific, please use the Q&A box and request for whatever queries you would have or whatever things that you want to know about a platform, about the usage, how to do the setups, either in TradingView or in Amibroker. We will be able to have a look at them. It could be any queries related to a platform. Kindly raise them in the Q&A box. We will start with a small presentation and then we'll get into the actual usage of the platform. The agenda for today is we will look at what are the key features and what are the benefits of Algomojo platform. We will look at how to do an integration using TradingView. Now, in case if you have any specific strategy in TradingView or any specific indicator that you would like to see how to integrate using our platform, kindly mention them in the Q&A box. I will try and show them. Otherwise, we will use some of the popular strategies like super trend kind of things and see how we can do a setup. We will use some indicators. We will also use some price-based action to see how to do the setups in TradingView. In case if anybody is using Amibroker, kindly let me know. We could have a look at integration with Amibroker software also. We will look at what is the kind of support structure that we have. And as I was mentioning, kindly raise your queries during the course. Sorry, I'll try and answer them. My name is Lokesh again. Welcome to this session. Algomojo is a platform which helps you to integrate your strategies for placing orders with your brokers. We are not a tip provider. We don't provide any advisory services. We don't provide any strategies. We don't provide any recommendations. I'd like to make that clear. Now, in case you have any strategies that you are running and you would like to automate them, we will help you to automate those strategies or indicators. That is what we do. We act as a bridge between your and strategy platform and your broker. So we will pick up whatever signals are generated in your charting platform and place orders as per your requirements with your broker. That is what is the functionality of Algomojo platform as such. Now, coupled with this, you will have a lot of features which are bundled, which will help you to automate your strategies and make trading and investment journey a very simple and easy platform to use. Right? So we are a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app or anything. You can use any web browser to log in and start using our platform. Now, you can automate trading signals, which will help you to take out that emotions during the trading or investment cycle. Whatever orders are supposed to be placed as per the strategy, it can continue doing it without any intervention. All you need to do is a simple integration at the beginning of the process. And after that, you can leave it to the systems to run the strategies and the orders for you. We have integrated with some of the popular tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Ninja Trader, Charting kind of platforms, so which provide buy-sell signals. We can help you to automate those signals. We provide common API connectivity across brokers. We have currently integrated with close to 29 brokers for API trading and investment. We will go through the list of brokers that are available for the users. We provide whatever execution modules are required, whatever simple codes that are required for automation. Our whole objective is to make the automation process as simple and as easy as possible. All you need to do is, or have, is a good strategy that you would have tried and tested, back tested, and you would like to use them or deploy them for placing orders. You need not have to have any kind of coding knowledge, or you need not have to get no programming to run or use our platform. We don't even look at what is there into the in the strategies or the indicators that you're running. You can get any strategy or any indicator. You need not have to modify or do any alterations in those codes that are available in the strategy and the indicator. All you need to do is copy paste a couple of things, which will take care of the entire process of automation or placing orders. We will look at some live samples today. We will use crypto charts and which are working today, or which will be running during Saturdays also. So we should be able to get and see some live uh, triggers from the charts. So we will begin with some of the features. We will look at some of the key features that are available in our platform. As a trader or an investor, you have the flexibility to tailor what is that you want to trade. You can customize what is that you want to trade depending on what you're trying to achieve, whether you're a day trader or a swing trader, a positional trader, or an investor. Our platform is definitely will definitely be able to add value to your trading and investment journey. We support segments like equities, futures, and options. Currently, we don't support, or we will not be able to use a platform for cryptos and forex kind of markets. All you can trade or invest in Indian markets as such. You can trade in options, could be dynamic, yeah, it can be ETM, ITM, OTM. You can select up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. Any queries you have about the platform or the usage, kindly raise that in the using the Q&A box. Yes, good that somebody brought up this requirement of static IP usage to be effective from 1st of August. We are geared up to meet the requirements of the regulator. Now, any algo trading will need to be placed from a static IP. So we will have provisions wherein for each user, we'll be providing a static IP. Using that, you'll be able to place orders into the brokers with whom we have done the API integration. Now, what's the process of doing that? We will not be covering that as of now. Once it is launched and made mandatory, then yes, we will be able to have a session and help you out in terms of how to use the static IP kind of requirement of the regulator. Still a bit of uncertainty. Not every broker is following the same process. Some of them are completely geared up and they have sent out communications to the users saying that this is becoming effective from 1st of August, and they have outlined the process of getting the static IP integrated into their platform and your client IDs as such. But still, quite a few of them are in the process of doing it, looks like, and hopefully early this week, it should be done, and we should be able to meet the regulators' requirements as such. But we are geared up. Nothing to concerned on the front of static IP. It will be a very simple process. You need not have to go to your telecom provider or internet provider for any IPs. We will provide you with the IPs that are necessary as per the regulations. There could be a small cost involved because IPs are not available free of cost for anybody. Of course, it will be in line, or if not similar to what is available in the industry as such. Yeah, you can, coming back to the presentation, you can trade in dynamic options. So whenever there's a signal coming in, if you want to place an order in ITM or OTM, up to 20 strikes, you can choose in the money or out of the money. We will look at what is the spot price running at that point in time, either for index or for stocks. And if you're selected ITM, say 1 or 2 or 5 or 15, whatever is your requirement, we will look at the spot and calculate the ITM or OTM as per your selection, and then place orders with the broker. And you have the flexibility to either buy options or even sell or write options. A lot of them are buyers, and there are traders who would like to write options also. You will find a platform uh, which is providing you facility for selling options also. So based on the signal coming in, you can choose to sell whichever strike that you want to, which you would have chosen in your platform. Is my voice not okay? Just got a confirmation that voice is okay. Somebody is saying this, they're not able to hear the voice. Are you able to hear my voice? Anybody else? Is my voice okay? Are you able to hear my voice? Sir, I think there's some connectivity issue in your case. You're not able to hear the voice. Got a confirmation from other participants that they're able to hear the voice. Maybe you should try and re-log in so that you will be able to listen to the session. Kindly re-log in, sir. Not to worry, in case you have missed out on some part of this presentation, the recording will be available. You could go through it later in the day. Okay, coming back to the presentation. So you can also hedge your main trade. Suppose you're trading in futures and you would like to hedge it with a option, either by buying an option or selling an option. You can do that kind of setup also in our platform. In case we need to split the orders based on the quantity, we take care of that. You need not have to worry about placing multiple orders if the quantities are larger. We will place multiple orders based on the quantity chosen and the freeze limit of the instrument that you're trying to trade. We provide comprehensive risk management tools for all users. You can set targets, you can set stop loss and trailing stop loss, which can be in the form of say percentage, or it can be in the form of points also, or it can be on the basis of M2M. We have also launched a new feature which will help you to set your stop losses or fix your or lock your profits also. Suppose you say that, okay, you would like to have a minimum profit to take home at about, say, 10,000 or 15,000 rupees. And if the trade is going in your favor and say it has crossed 10, 15,000 and it starts coming back, or profit starts coming down, then if you said saying that you would like to profit, take home at least 15,000 as a profit. We will close your position once the price comes down and reaches a level of 15,000 based on what you're trading. It is not for the overall position, it is for each instrument you can set separately. Suppose you're trading in Nifty futures and you're trading in options, you're trading in stocks. For each of them, you can specify or lock the profits at a minimum level that you would like to go with. But on an overall basis, if you are looking at a provision where all the positions need to be closed if you achieve an X amount of profit, it's still work in progress, not yet implemented for overall basis. But on an instrument level, we have made it available. Kindly make use of these features to maximize the returns that you would have or that you are expecting as such. Looking at some more features. So trailing stop loss, again, you can set it in terms of points, a percentage, or even M2M base. Then you can customize the timings for taking the trades also. Suppose you're a trader, you would not like to trade in the morning volatility times. You can say that, okay, process my signal, say after 11 o'clock in the morning until about, say, 2:30. You can set the timing window. So any signals coming in before or beyond these windows that you have set, it will not be executed. Or if you'd like to trade the basic, the starting opening hours of the market, say from 9:15 to say 11 o'clock, you can say that. And after that, you don't want any trades to be executed, you can set that. Such kind of facilities are made available in our platform. For all users, paper trade is as a facility is provided. Now, you can trade up to 6 strategies or 6 instruments under paper trade. Kindly note, paper trade is just to as a facility is extended for users to understand the process of the entire platform usage. It should not be considered as a back testing tool or a forward testing tool as such. We are not a platform which is geared up for back testing of strategies. It is to check whether the orders are getting executed as per your requirements. We don't want users to take the live trades immediately and then realize that the orders are not going properly. Hence, we have given this paper trade. So our suggestion is always to start with the paper trade, check if everything is getting, all the signals are getting processed as per your requirements, and then uh, once you're convinced, then you can move into live trade. So up to 6 instruments you can do the paper trading. There's no limitation in terms of live trade. You can have as many live trades as possible, as many instruments you want to trade, it's possible. There's no limitation put on that. So the paper trading is basically to check, say, suppose you, when there's a long signal coming in, you want the say in the money 5 to be taken and order placed with your broker, and when a reverse signal comes, you want the CE to be closed and a PE to be taken, such kind of things. We want you to test whether the order flow is going as per the signals that are getting generated from your trading platform. If it is happening as per your requirements, then move into live trade. It so happens that sometimes the orders may not be getting placed as per your requirement. Then you will need to fine tune some of the rules that need to be set in the platform. There are basically 5 types of rules. I will show you what are the rules which are available. If there's a mismatch in the way your strategy is working and the rule that you've selected, then the orders may not go through as per what it is supposed to be. Then maybe fine tune it and check under paper trade again, run it for a day or two, look at all the trades, and then once you see that orders are getting placed as per the requirements, move into live trades. Don't start with the live trades immediately, please. Use the paper trade for that. If you're a trader in doing weekly options or monthly contracts, you can set the rollovers also. You can say that, okay, you want to roll over, say, 5 days before the expiry or 2 days before the expiry at, say, 11 o'clock in the day, during the day, or 12 o'clock during the day. So if there's any open position available, we will close that contract and take the next week or month's contract that you would have specified in the platform. So rollover options are available for um, specifically F&O trading. You can, we have a facility like you can define the maximum number of entry signals that you want it to be active at any point in time. Now, we have seen or come across traders who generate, or their strategies, they generate multiple buy signals or multiple sell signals. Suppose you don't want to take all the buy signals which come in consecutively, you would like to take only the first buy signal, and after that wait for the sell to happen and then take the buy. You can specify that in our system. Or if you want the first 2 buy signals to be taken and if there is a third or fourth or fifth one coming in of buy only, then to be ignored, you can do that setup also. So the first two buy signals will come. After that, it will wait for the sell signal to come. So when a sell comes, it will close the buy trade, which or long trade which is running, and then take the short or close the position as per your strategy. Now, this is helpful for people who are trying to do pyramiding, or people who are using Amibroker, where there could be a repainting kind of issues like you have seen, specifically in Amibroker kind of environment where repainting is an issue. If it is not handled at the code level properly, then multiple signals of buying might be coming in. To avoid those kind of situations, we have even enabled this maximum number of entry signals, similar kind of entry signals to be handled in our platform. You can also set how many trades you want to take in a day. Suppose you are an intraday trader or even a positional trader. You don't want to take more than say 3 trades or 5 trades. You can specify that in the system itself. You can say that, okay, if there are for today, just take 3 trades, profitable, non-profitable, irrespective of that, I just want to do 3 trades for the day. So any fourth trade coming in, it will not be executed. So you can limit the number of trades that you want to do in a day in our platform itself. If you're an option trader and you have multiple legs of options to be traded, whether option buying, selling, different legs of option strategies which are available. Now, you can create all the legs independently and trigger them based on a single signal of long or short that would be coming in from your charting tool. So it could be things like iron condor or butterflies or any of these option strategies. So there's a facility wherein you, or flexibility also, wherein you can specify what is that you want to trade under each leg. So whether you want to take at the money option or in the money option or out of the money option, and along with the futures and along with option buying and selling, you can create all those independently and then trade based on a single signal that would be coming in, right? Any queries so far? Kindly use the Q&A box. You can receive notifications on your Telegram app. Pretty simple to use. So there's a bot called, or Telegram channel called Algomojo bot. Please download that into in your Telegram app, and there's a ID to be taken and integrated with the instrument that you're trading. And whenever there's a trade coming in, you'll get a notification in Telegram. The segments that you can trade are you can trade in equities, intraday, or it can be delivery. Positional traders, we have seen people who hold the positions for a couple of months and then they buy, and when after a couple of weeks or months, if there's a sell coming in, the position can get closed. So it helps not only the traders, intraday or swing traders, it can be deployed for your investment purposes also. Now, you can trade in futures, or it could be NSE, BSE, commodities, any of the futures you can trade in. Then you can trade in options. It could be Nifty, it could be Bank Nifty, it could be stock options also. If currently the orders that we place for options is of the type of market price only, we don't have limit price as of now. You will need to check if your broker allows market orders for stock options. If it is possible, then you can trade in stock options also. Or even otherwise, you can trade. What could happen is that it will be sent across to your broker, and some brokers allow it to be in open position till that price comes in, or they will execute in the market at the market price, or they might reject, saying that market orders are not allowed. Especially like as a Rhoda, they don't allow market orders on stocks options, and even far out of the money for or in the money for indices. We're coming to the integrated brokers. As I was mentioning, we have close to about 29 brokers integrated. Recent addition has been MStock. So these are the brokers. If you have an account with any of these brokers, It could be Zerodha, it could be Goodwill, it could be Dhan, Finvasia, Shunya, it could be Skybroking, Sharekhan, any of these brokers. You could start using our platform for your trading and investment purpose. Now, for all users, there's a 7 days trial period allowed. So kindly use this 7 days trial that we allow and check if the orders are getting placed as per your requirements and if the platform is able to meet your trading and investment requirements. And if you find that yes, we are able to add value to your trading investment journey, take up the subscription. We don't want you to force you to take subscription in case if your requirements are not met in our platform as such. So please avail the trial period and then check it out for 1 week. And if everything is okay, there are various subscription plans, I will say that, available, pretty competitively priced, not very high in terms of pricing. On an annual basis, it works out to, if you take the annual plan, it will work out to 500 rupees per month. Or if you take a monthly plan, it will be something like 1,000 rupees per month. And you get all the features of the platform. Even in the trial period also, there's no limitation in terms of the features availability. All features which are available for paid and unpaid or trial users, it is the same. You can use all the features and experience the platform. Now, we have a special offer. In case if you open a new account with any of these 7 brokers, Alliance Blue, Dhan, First Stock, Fires, Goodwill, Upstock, or Zebu, you get APIs from Algomojo free of cost. So there's no charges involved for you at all for automation purpose. So there's no any kind of charges. There's no hidden charge. Use Algomojo as a referral and open a new account with these brokers and avail this facility. For life, you will get free APIs from Algomojo and all the features. Except maybe if that static IP becomes a compulsion, then there'll be an additional cost which we need to incur also. Maybe the IP cost could be added, but otherwise you will not have any other cost towards the APIs. Any queries so far? Yeah. See, automation is a 2-step process using Algomojo. First is we need to define in our platform what is that you want to trade. And once you define, say whether you want to trade in equities, whether you want to trade in futures or options, intraday or swing trade or positional trades, or you want to trade in MCX or any of these segments and define the quantities, it's a one-time setup that you need to do in Algomojo. The second part is the automation part, wherein you go to TradingView or Amibroker or charting and do a small updation of the webhook URL and copy paste certain codes in TradingView. That is it. There's no other complication involved. We will look at some samples today and see how the entire process works. So before we get into that, let us look at the platform as such. So this is our website, algomojo.com. As I was mentioning, there's a tab called Open Account. Kindly use this to open a new account with any of these 7 brokers to avail the API charges free of cost for life. So you can select any of these brokers, and once you provide your name, email ID, and phone number, it will take you to the broker's terminal and ask you to complete the entire process of account opening. Once it is done, you will receive your client ID and password, using which you will be able to start trading as such. Now, in our platform, you have a login page. If you already have an account with any of our API integrated brokers, you can log in from here. Just say login, and it will ask for the broker to be chosen. From the drop down, you can select the various brokers which are there. For today's demo, we'll be using TradeGenie as the broker. For logging in, it is the same client ID and password and credentials that you need to use. You need not have to create new passwords or IDs to in Algomojo and try and remember those. No, it is the same details what your broker has provided. Enter those details, and you'll be able to start. You will be taken to the home page from where you can start the uh, trading or investment asset. Let me try and log into this account. One moment. Any queries so far? Please use the Q&A box. So once you log in, you get a summary page, which will give you details about the holdings and cash and orders and positions. It will be the same user interface for all the brokers. On the right side top, you have the dashboard, which is what you're seeing, and orders placed for the day, what are the trades taken, what are the positions which are holding, and what are the holdings that you're holding. So all these details will be displayed. These are nothing but what is the position and orders placed for the entire day at the broker's terminal. It will include both manual orders and also automated orders. The complete trading history, like what you see in a broker page, all those details of orders, trades, and positions will be shown here. Now, you can create a watch list also if you have any particular stocks in mind, you would like to monitor them and place orders manually also. It's possible. So all you have to do is add it to the watch list and say place orders from here itself, either buy or sell. So manual. Once you log in, you can use this platform for all your requirements for placing orders, except maybe for uh, things like adding funds or withdrawing funds, getting contract notes, getting P&L reports. You will need to log into your broker page. Otherwise, this one platform should be able to take care of all your requirements. After you log in, there are multiple tabs on the left side. If you see, uh, you'll need to go to this My API, and when you log in for the first time, it will ask you to generate the API as such. So it will, once you say generate API, you will get the details of your client ID, which is same as what your broker would have given. These are API and API secret keys provided by Algomojo, not the broker provided. It is Algomojo provided APIs, which are essential for automation purpose as such. It will also show you the validity. Now, if you have opened a new account and with any of these 7 brokers that I was mentioning, it will be provided lifetime free life. In my case, I think still 9,000 odd days are still remaining, kind of thing. So otherwise, when you for all other users, there's a 7-day trial which will be provided by default. After 7 days, you'll need to renew. You can do that from here. You can take a monthly, half yearly, or yearly plan. So as I was saying, it works out to 500 rupees per month kind of outflow for you. So once you have the APIs generated or taken from Algomojo, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade. In Algomojo, you have to do that as a first step. So the method of doing that is go to the left side tabs, and you'll see multiple tabs here. Go to something called My Strategy. So we create a strategy in Algomojo to specify what is that we want to trade. So whatever strategies that you create will always be available in the history as a history. So it is a one-time activity. You need not have to keep doing it every day or every time unless you have some changes coming in terms of what you want to trade. Otherwise, you do the setup once. Like use this new strategy button and define what is that you want to trade. Now, for today's demo, we will start with how to do trading using Nifty futures. So we'll give it a name as NF demo 26th July. Right. So if you have any queries, please feel free to raise them in the Q&A box. Right. So give a name, then you'll need to select a rule. The rules, there are 5 types of rules that we have defined in our platform based on various kinds of strategies and traders and investors requirements. It has been narrowed down to these 5 kind of strategies. I'll explain in detail when we look at a chart as to how or what rule to be used for each kind of strategy as such. Now, there are rules like long only or short only, long plus short, stop and reverse. When do we use which type of rule is we will relate it when we look at a chart as such, right? For first demo, I'll be using Supertrend. So Supertrend, many of you would have heard or used in your trading or investment journey. And as you are aware, Supertrend is always in trade. Either it is in long trade or in short trade. So for such kind of strategies, which are always in trade, like Supertrend, the rule suggested is stop and reverse. What it does is when there's a long signal coming in, it will take the long trade for you. And when a reversal comes, it will stop the long trade and take the reverse of that trade. Like if you are long in Nifty, it will close the, when a sell comes, it will close the long portion and take the reverse trade, which is the short portion. So that is why by name itself, you'll be able to make out the stop and reversal as the rule to be used for any strategy which is similar to a super trend in terms of how it operates, whether it is always in trade, whether it is intermittently in trade. Like there are strategies which say take a long position and after some time there's a target or a stop loss achieved and it will stop the trade, and for some time there could be no trades at all, and then again a buy might come or a sell might come, then that gets executed and again there may not be another trade also for some time. So it is intermittently in trade, either long or short. So for such kind of strategies, we will need to use a different rule, which will something called a long plus short rule. We will try and understand more when we see a chart. Okay. Now, after you select this rule, we'll need to say what is that we want to trade, whether it is equities, futures, or dynamic options. So futures and options is what we will look at. And for trading symbol, just type in the first few letters of the symbol that you want to trade and select it from the drop down. So I'll select the Nifty July contract and order type in NRMN or MIS. If you're an intraday trader, use MIS. By default, it will be normal, carry or positional one. And price type is always market, so you need not have to update this. Leave it with the default value. Then you have to specify how many lots that you want to trade. Now, for one trade for Nifty, the quantity is 25, as you can see here. Suppose you want to trade in say 100 lots, quantity will be shown. So there's clarity in terms of what will be the quantity based on the lot size. If it is Bank Nifty, the quantity will be different. For futures, it will be different for each lot. So based on the instrument that you're trying to trade, the quantity will also get displayed. Now, if the quantity is more than the freeze limit, then we will automatically detect based on what you update here in terms of lots that you're trying to trade, and split the orders and place multiple orders. Now, these are some basic things which are to be necessarily updated. So once you update this, you're ready to take the trade. There are some optional settings in case if you're looking at, if you want to use them, you can try and use them here. Like optional settings would be whether you want to set a trade target, or you want to set up a stop loss, or set up a trailing stop loss. You can do that from here. Otherwise, these are not mandatory. You can leave it with the default values. If you don't update anything, it will not set any target stop loss and target trailing stops for you. Now, in case if you'd like to have some more information on this, let me know. I can try and guide them. Otherwise, for each of the features, when you take the cursor on that, it will tell you briefly what it is as such. So in terms of target, you can set in points or percentage or MTM. Similarly, for trailing also, you can do it after you set, say, if it's just percentage, you can set the trailing also in terms of points, percentage, MTM. It could be a combination of percentage and points. Say stop loss you're giving in percentage. You want to move them in terms of points, also it's possible for trailing purpose. So you can use a combination of all this. Suppose your strategy itself is taking care of targets and stops and various things for exiting the trade. You need not have to update any of these fields. There is another other entry saying is in terms of how many trades you want to take. That also can be set here, right? So maximum number of re-entries is what you can set here. Now, also how many trades you want to do in a day, that can be set here. If you want to change the timings of trades, when do you want to start and when do you want to stop it, if you want to do a rollover, not do a rollover, all that can be set under this section. But the minimum thing that is required for uh, starting the trade are these details as to what is the segment, what is the instrument, whether it is intraday or positional, and what is the quantity that you want to trade or invest as such. Once you set these things, all you have to do is do a submit of this. So if the required details are there, it will get saved, and there's a webhook URL that will be generated. As you can see here, this is a very important link. If there's a mismatch or a mistake which happens, then what you want to trade may not happen correctly. So be very careful when you're using the webhook URL for in TradingView or Amibroker or charting or any of the charting platforms. So this basically has details like when, say, for example, in TradingView, when there's a signal coming in, TradingView will look at where should that buy or sell signal to be sent to from the chart. So it will know from this webhook URL to which platform it has to send. So it will send it to Algomojo. And once it comes to an Algomojo, we will be able to interpret who is the broker and who is the client and what is he trying to do from this detail, from this link. So it is very critical that you use the correct webhook URL in the charting platform where you are going to deploy the webhook URL, right? So for TradingView, there are some more details provided, like there are a couple of tabs like strategy, strategy with symbol, indicator, and indicator with symbol. So when you're using a strategy, there's a code which needs to be copied and pasted in TradingView. So that also is generated and provided by Algomojo. So after doing this basic definition of what you want to trade, be ready to move into a charting tool for integrating the trades that you need to establish. Any queries on this? Anybody, anything? So kindly use the Q&A box to type out any query that you would have. I will try and answer them. Any doubts in this setup? So first part is you have to say what is that you want to trade in Algomojo. So once you define the trade that needs to be taken here, we can get into the chart and see how the integration gets done. Mr. Satya Kumar, if you have any query, kindly use the Q&A box to type out your query. Yeah. So once we define here, we go back and we'll be able to see the strategy. We call this as a strategy defined, and it will always be available. So as long as you have subscription from us and you have defined what is that you want to trade, it will be available. Right. So the next step is to look at, say, TradingView. You will need to have subscription of TradingView for using for automation purpose. The free version does not support the webhook URL facility, so you will need of TradingView in case the number of alerts that you want to use is less than or equal to 20, then the basic subscription would be sufficient. If it is more than 20 alerts, or if you're trying to trade in multiple stocks and futures and options, then if it is more than 20 alerts that you need to use, then you need to look at the next plan in trading. So once you have the subscription, you can load the strategy that you would have. In case if anybody has got, TradingView is a great platform. There are lots and lots of studies and strategies available. So you can, if you are using any of those available strategies in TradingView, or if you've got some strategies developed yourself or through some coder programmer, and you are running it in TradingView, you can still use them and automate the signals that would be generated by your strategy as such. The first step is to load the instrument here. For today's demo, we'll look at cryptos. We could have that market. We have that market running. We will just use it to see the signals. You will not be able to trade in cryptos. Since the market is open, we are trying to use that for generating some live signals for the demo as well. So select the instrument, and the next step is to select the time frame. For example, let me go to a 1 minute time frame so that we'll be able to get more. We'll be able to get some signals. Not much of movement. Not much more looks like. So we will anyway try and see if we can get some live signals so that we can try and experience during the demo some how and see how those signals get translated and placed as an order in the platform, in the Algomojo platform. Right. So select the instrument and then select the time frame. Then third step is select the strategy that you want to run or use. So let me try and select super trend. I already loaded this. So you can bring in any strategy. So we are independent of whatever strategy that you want to use. So that's a big advantage. You can bring in any strategy, any indicator, as long as it is giving buy sell signals, you will be able to place them into your account. So, so as you can see, super trend is always in trade, like it is either long or short. So whenever a long comes in, you want a long trade to be taken, and when a short comes, you want a long to be closed, the long trade to be closed, and the reverse of that, that's the short trade to be taken. So we have chosen Nifty for trading today. So we will wait. So we will create an alert to place orders in Nifty futures when there's a signal coming in. So after you load the strategy, go to this more button. If you see these three dots. So any strategy, any indicator will have these three dots. Click on that and say add alert. So it will open up this pop-up box. Go to the message, and whatever the default content there, just remove them and go to Algomojo. From your, let me enable paper trade also. From your strategy that you just created, wherein we said we want to trade in Nifty 100 lots carry forward, come down and copy this code which is there under strategy for TradingView. Copy this, just click on this, go to TradingView and paste it here. Give it a name, we'll say it as NF demo 26th July. Can be anything. Then you need to provide the webhook URL also. So go to notification. By default, if there's something, remove that. Go to Algomojo and copy the webhook URL, from the strategy that you just created. Copy this, go to this, copy, and paste it here. So two things to be copied. One is the message content and the link or the webhook URL. Once you do this and save it or say create, it will always be available in TradingView. So this also is a one-time activity for you to set up. So Algomojo, you define what is that you want to trade as a one-time thing. We say that, okay, I want to trade in Nifty and 100 lots and carry forward kind of trade. And in TradingView, do the setup, create the alert. That is it. So it will as long as the chart is giving signals for long or short, the orders will be, or signals will be sent from TradingView to Algomojo, and those orders will get executed. Is as simple as that. You can bring in any strategy as long as it is giving buy sell signals. This is the method of setting up the alert. There's no other process or nothing else to be done for uh, pushing the signal from your chart to your broker account. It is a simple setup. You need not have to look at what is this code of super trend, any changes to be done in those codes, Pine script. You need not have to worry about any of those. All you have to do is just go to this more button and say add alert and update this message box and update the webhook URL. You're ready for receiving the signals from your strategy to your broker account. Any queries on this? Any clarity required? Now, so please use the Q&A box in case you want to see anything specific in TradingView. Let me know. I'll try and use that and show you how to do that, how to do the setups. So as you can see here in Algomojo, the only requirement is that every day morning you will need to log in. Kindly log into Algomojo, this web page, using your client ID. Come to the section of My Strategies and enable for paper trade or live trade. After you test the paper trade and see that okay, all the orders are going as per your requirement, is you can shift to live trade. Otherwise, do the enable this paper trade, and after that you can shut down your computer also, not an issue. Any signals coming in from your charting tool, it will get processed and the orders will be placed. You need not have to be sitting in front of the system. Suppose the internet has gone down or the UPS is down, your power has shut down, your computer has crashed. Nothing to worry as such. The signals, whenever they are generated, will be processed and orders will be placed. So it's going to make your life very simple. You need not have to keep waiting and looking at the charts for placing orders, taking orders, signals and placing orders into your broker account. Do the setups one time in Algomojo and one time in TradingView, and let the strategy keep running, and Algomojo will process those signals coming in from the strategy and it will keep placing orders for you. So as you can see now, the buy signal has got generated. You'll be able to see that here. Buy has been generated at 10:56:25. So let us look at what has happened to this signal. This would have reached Algomojo. You'll be able to see it under My Signals. Go to My Signals, and you will be able to see strategy-wise all the signals. This is what we just created. As you can see, the buy signal has come at 10:56, 10:20, 25 seconds, and the order has been placed for paper trading. Yeah, so when you have, you can look at what are the orders placed. Since we had selected 7,500 or 100 lots, you'll be able to see that quantity here. The method of looking at whether it's a live trade or paper trade is go to positions, it will show you this P. It means that it's a paper trade. If it is a live trade, then it will be blank. So from here, you'll be able to make out it is a paper trade order which is running. Suppose you're running multiple strategies. Say, for example, if some of them are inactive and some of them are active, and some of them could be live trade, some of them could be paper trade, you will be able to make out from here. So some of them have got P and some do not have. So if you don't use paper trade as from here, you will be able to make out that you enable paper trade, and even in your position book, you will be able to see which is the strategy which is running under paper trade. This shows that this is a paper trade. So whenever there's a signal coming in, and you'll get a status also. By chance, if the order is not processed for whatever reason, it could be that the quantity is wrongly mentioned, or there's no funds available, or you're not enabled it in the morning. Suppose when you come in, it will be all in default, by default in active state. If you're not enabled for paper trade or live trade, the order signal would have been received, but it would have rejected. saying that since you're not enabled, the order has got rejected. Now, there could be strategies that you want to run for the day, and some of them you don't want to run for the day. All you have to do is create them and keep it here and don't enable them. Whatever strategy, suppose say on Monday you want to run only with say, Bank Nifty, Tuesdays being expiry day, you want to run only Bank Nifty. So you can keep Nifty as inactive and run only Bank Nifty. Or if you want to run both of them, you can enable all of them. So paper trade, you can enable up to 6 of them, and live trade, there's no limitation. You can have as many live trades as possible. Yeah, this is one method of looking at the suppose you are not in front of the system and like to know any signal received, you can get a notification on Telegram app. All you have to do is go here and enable this notification. All you have to just say notification and give the Telegram chat ID. On this system, I don't think I have Telegram. Otherwise, let me just check if I have. Yeah. Select this Algomojo bot. When you just type slash, okay, it will give you this chat ID. Copy this ID, copy this, and paste it here. And you can enable to get notified whenever there's a signal received in the order process. Now, if you want to see both of them, you can enable both of them. Or if you want to see only if it is processed or only when it is received, you can just enable one of them, right? That's it. So whenever there's a signal received and processed, you'll get a Telegram notification. You can trade up to 6 strategies under paper trade. So you'll be able to make out that put a notification also. So whenever there's a signal coming in for this Nifty getting traded, you'll get a notification. Right now, coming back to the chart here, as you can see, this is always in trade. Now, there could be strategies, say, for example, now we have taken a long trade, and say after this, there's a target achieved and the trade is closed by the strategy. It is not continuously in trade. And say, for example, there's a short trade here, and say it has got stop loss has got hit here, and there may not be any signals, say, till here. So there are, say, for a couple of candles or couple of hours, whatever time frame you are using, there could not be any trade. Then there's a buy coming in, then target achieved, and there may not be any trades for some more time. And then another buy could come or another sell could come, depending on the strategy that you are using and that is designed by you and you are deployed. So for such kind of requirements, you will need to use a rule called long plus short buy sell. In Algomojo, as you can see here, there are a couple of rules. So as I was mentioning, long only is one rule, short only, long plus short, buy sell, long plus short, buy sell, short cover. Now, trading view, we normally see buy sell signals coming in. Amibroker also provides something called buy sell, short and cover. So both of them act in a similar fashion. For Amibroker, we have provided something called a short and cover. Short and cover is for basically taking reverse kind of orders and closing the existing portion kind of things. So this is more recommended for Amibroker kind of environment. This is recommended for strategies which are not continuously in trade. They are intermittently in trade, either long or short. If it is a trade or strategy which is always in trade, like a super trend, then you use stop and reverse. Now, when do we use long only or short only? If you feel that, okay, from Monday onwards, some markets are going to trend upwards, and you want to take only the long trades, and you don't want to take any short trades because you expect the markets to move higher. So when you choose a long only as a signal rule, what it will do is it will take the buy signal, for example, here, and when a sell comes, the buy or the long portion will be closed. Suppose you're trading in Nifty futures, the long portion taken will be closed and there will be no further trades. It will not take the reverse trade of short, right? Now, another buy comes, so it will take another long. As you can see, there's another signal generated. We got a pop-up saying that Telegram pop-up notification saying that there's a trigger which has come. Now, we can go. So this is the sell which has come. So we will look at what has happened to that order. So as I was saying, the rules that are there. So when you want to take only the long trades, so use long only as the rule. If you feel that the markets are going to trend downwards for some more time and you want to take only the short trades, then take short only as a rule. So it will process only the short signals. So when there's a short coming in or sell coming in, it will take the short position. And when a buy comes, it will close the short position and wait for the next short position or short signal or sell signal to come in. It will not take the reverse order or a buy order at all. So it will keep processing only for short trades. If it is long only, it will keep processing only for long trades, not take the short trades. It will take the long trade and close it. It will take and wait for the next long trade and then close it. So it will not take any short trades at all. So depending on your requirement, whether you want to trade both long and short, or only short or only long, choose the rule correctly, and also choose the rule as per the strategy. If it is always in trade like super trend, use stop and reverse. If it is intermittently in trade, then use long plus short, buy sell as the rule. In case if you have any doubts on how to use or way to use what kind of rule, in Algomojo itself, when you hover on that rule, it will give a small explanation as to what it does. In case if you need some more clarity, there's a documentation, or if you want more information, you can always contact us. We can come online, look at your strategy, and then recommend a proper rule to be deployed as. Any queries so far? Now, as you can see, I had not enabled the paper trade or live trade here at all. I was trying to explain to you what are the rules as such, and I had put off this, disable this strategy. But we had a trade coming in. So what happens is it will get rejected saying that you're not enabled the live trade or paper trade. So the signal coming in will not be processed if you have not enabled the live trade or paper trade. So if you want to take all the trades, just ensure that the strategy is enabled, and all signals will then get processed. So if you, in case if you find that, okay, since this order got rejected, you would like to do the changeover manually, you can still do that. You can, as you can see from here, there's a long portion running. You want to change this to short portion, all you have to do is go here and do that manually. You can go and say sell. So system will understand that a short trade has to be taken, and a short trade will be placed, and it will keep running, and the next trade which comes as buy from its chart will be handled properly. Now, if there's a buy coming in, it will close the short portion and take the long portion, even though you've done that operation manually. So that is how you can control either manual automatic system the trades also. In case if you have missed out taking a certain trade, or you're outside and you have closed your portion from your mobile or the broker app, you called your broker and close the position. So still not an issue. You can come and do an adjustment in your in our system and ensure that the orders go through as per the requirements of the strategy or the study that you want to use. Right? Any queries? Any further queries? Any understanding required on this? Now, say the buy has got signal. I think I've used the same chart ID in a couple of them, so giving me multiple notifications. So now we had a buy, we had a sell, we had a buy again. As you can see, we had taken the position manually here. Manually sell order was generated. That has got processed based on the signal now coming in from TradingView. A buy came in, so it closed the short position and take the long position. Now we have become long, net long in Nifty futures. So you've taken a position manually, and then after that, you allowed the chart to run the trades for you. It can be done that way also. Anything, any other strategy anybody has in mind you'd like to see and look at how do we do that? Anything in particular you would like to see, let me know. I'll try and set up the alert for that strategy or study that you would have. Use the Q&A box to let me know the query you would have or anything that you want to see in TradingView. I will try and use that and show. Another interesting thing that we normally come across is that people use a lot of indicators. For example, you can bring in any indicator, say RSI. It can be any indicator. The process for setting the alert is the same for entry and exits. It can be any indicator, right? It could be MACD, it could be ADX, CCI, anything. You would have any custom-made indicators, not an issue. So all you have to do is similar process. First, set the instrument, set the time frame that you want to trade in, and add the indicator to your chart. So RSI, what normally people do is that when it is in say about 70 or 80, people would like, when it starts coming down, people would like to take a short position, and when it goes below and starts coming up, they would like to close a short position or take a long position. So how do we do that? When you are doing any price based or an indicator based alert creation, you have to create two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. So let's try and do that for trading in Bank Nifty, for example. Let's create one more thing for trading in Bank Nifty options. I'll create one more strategy. Before that, let me try and stop this notification. So let me try and set it up for Bank Nifty options. Let's say BN options. Rule is similar. I'll use a stop and reverse. That's because when the RSI comes below and starts going up, I want a CE to be taken. And when it goes above and starts coming down, I want the CE to be closed and a PE to be taken, a reverse taken. That is the requirement. So I'll set two alerts, one for entry of CE and one for entry of PE. So here we will say that, okay, stop and reverse, we'll select dynamic option and we will select Bank Nifty. It can be anything. You can choose MCX, you can choose stocks, anything. For demo, I'm selecting Bank Nifty, select the contract expiry of 31st July. Then I'll say ITM2, for example. Can be any strike of your choice. So if you want to buy, you can buy, you can do a sell. So when a long comes in, if you selected sell, it will sell a PE. If it's a short coming in, it will sell a CE as such. So we'll select the buying and see how it works. Then we will say that, okay, we will trade in 10 lots, 350 quantity. And rest of the things, I will leave it default values and I'll say submit. Name already. So for indicators, you will need to go to this tab called indicators. And for buy entry, we have to use this code, and for sell, we will use this code. So copy this, go to your charting tool, and here go to the RSI more button and say add alert. Here the pop-up will be different. As you can see, there's a condition to be defined, trigger to be done, all that. And the message box, you whatever is the default value, remove that and say put this by. Under notification, whatever is the default webhook URL, remove that and take it from Algomojo, from this strategy. Let me enable for paper trade also, and come back and paste it here, right? And give a message saying that name be an entry, a long entry long. And under settings, we will need to update when it has to be triggered. We will say when the RSI starts coming up, crossing up a value of say 30, and if the bar closes, then the trigger has to be given, is what we are trying to define here. So once you define these and put the message boxes by and update the notification and say create, it will be displayed on the screen also. As you can see here, this is what we created. And this is the long entry alert that we have just created. So similarly, we will need one more for taking a reverse trade. So what we can do is there's a feature called cloning of the strategy that you would have done. So just go there and right click and say clone. So this I'm trying to create for short entry. So here instead of crossing, we'll say crossing down. If the RSI starts coming down a value of 60, then I want a short to be taken. We will change this to 60, and we will say once for bar close, in the message box we will change this to sell instead of buy, and we will give this name as short. And save this. As you can see, there are two alerts created. One, and you can see it on the chart itself, a right pointing arrow with dotted lines. So this is for entry, and this is for long entry, and this is for short entry. So what will happen is when the RSI starts moving up and crosses above this value of 30, it will trigger a buy order, and when it goes above and starts coming down the value of 60, it will trigger a sell order. So what will happen when a buy is triggered? A C will be bought, and when the sell is triggered, the C will be closed and PE will be closed. So it is again a one-time setup that you have to define in Algomojo. Create these two alerts; it will always be available for you. Let me. If I have, yeah, I think I updated the webhook URL. Now, in case if you have not put the webhook URL correctly, so this is of value 286. We can cross-reference it here and see what is 286. You can see this is 286. Suppose you had put 285, then it will start taking trades in Nifty futures instead of bank. So if you have made a mistake in terms of copying the webhook URL, then the orders will not be going through as per the requirement you would have. So copy, use the correct webhook URL, and the way of checking that is go to the end and just check what is the strategy number from here. So the earlier one would this Nifty would have 285, and these two would have 286 reference. So when TradingView sends the signal, we will know what needs to be done under this strategy called 286, where Bank Nifty 10 lots have to be taken for trading in ITM2 monthly contract, right? So now we can wait for the signals to get generated. Once you find it here, you can again move it up or move it down on this chart itself. Suppose instead of say 30 is what we have said, we will keep it at say a value of something like 13 or 10 here. So when the RSI crosses above and closes, can close above this value of 10, it will trigger a buy order. So you can see that also here, though you moved it dynamically on the chart, the value also would have got changed here. So you can either change it on the alert itself. If you want to make this say 12 and save it, it will get shifted here. And so two methods of changing it, either drag and drop here or go here and edit and say instead of 60, make this 70. So again, these are one-time creation. It can keep running for you. If you don't want to use them, just come and pause them here. Here, you can say pause. And whenever you want to reuse them, you can restart. So it is a simple process of creating alert once and leaving it there in the trading view or whichever charting platform. If it is Amibroker or charting, do that. So do these one-time setups and things are always available whenever you want to use it. If you want to use it daily, then leave it active. Or if you want to say, if you're a trader, you want to trade only on the expiry days, say Tuesdays and Thursdays, uh, make it active only then. Or if you don't want to take any trades on those expiry days because the volatility is high, then you can come and pause them. So the signals will not be sent to Algomojo and orders will not be placed. So it is very simple in terms of creating these alerts and leaving it on the chart and defining what is that you want to trade in Algomojo as one-time setups. You bring in any study, any strategy, any indicator. It's simple to operate. Create these alerts one time, and after that, the system can keep running for you without any intervention. Every day morning, come and switch, log into Algomojo with your broker credentials, come back and enable the live trade or paper trades here like this. And whenever a signal is coming in, the orders will get placed. Any queries so far? Anybody, anything specific? Anybody wants to see in trading view? Let me know. So you can get in any strategy, you can get in any indicator. The process is the same for setting up the alerts. All you have to do is set up the alerts as one-time activity, and it can keep working for you without any you being there in front of the system. TradingView is available in the cloud, and Algomojo is also available in the cloud. Every day morning, switch it on, and after that, you need not be there, or the computer can be switched off also. Just don't log out from our website. You should not go and say log out. Don't say log out. If you log out from here, then the session will get closed and the signals will not be generated. However, you can just close the browser also. Just go here and close this or shut down the browser completely. Doesn't matter. It will keep it running in the backend. Right. Now, another thing a lot of people use is trend lines or support and resistance lines. So you can automate those also. So let's look at how do we do a use a trend line. For example, you draw a trend line and you say that, okay, if the price breaks down below this trend line, you want an entry to be taken. Or if the price breaks out of a trend line, you want an entry to be taken. Put in your drawing here and create an alert. The method is the same. Just click on the trend line that you've drawn, right click and say add alert. So you can say that, okay, if the trend line is, if the price is crossing down the trend line, you want a sell to be triggered, come back here, come to message line, content, and go to Algomojo and copy this content. For indicators or price-based actions, go to this and say, copy this. You want a sell to be taken or a short position to be taken if there's a breakdown. Copy this and put this under this section, and you can give a name, say trend line short, right? And notification, update the webhook URL. If you're trading in Nifty or Bank Nifty, whatever instrument that you would have created, update that. And this, you can say that once per bar close, the candle has to close below this trend line is what we are trying to define here, and say create. So it will be there. As you can see, this dotted line also, which we are given. Sorry, this trend line, the dotted line is the price, sorry. So if the price closes below this, a short will be triggered, and we have linked it to the Bank Nifty, so it will take a short entry of PE. Anybody, any query? Anything you'd like to see? Anybody? So again, these are trend lines, or you can put in a say resistance line. Suppose you have taken a long entry and you feel that this is a good resistance level. You want the portion to be taken to be closed. You put in the drawing there and right click on that and say add alert. And you say that if the price starts coming up to this level, and put a message saying that I want it to be sold, sell, even name, say resistance. Update the webhook URL for the instrument that you're trading and give it a name. Name is given. So, so a long entry taken, if it hits this resistance level, it'll close the long entry. You can, again, you can create it and leave it in the system. If you want to shift it anywhere, you can still do that. If you feel that, okay, this is not the resistance, maybe this time it could move up to this level. I want the portion to be closed when it reaches, say, this level. You can drag and drop it on the chart itself to any level that you want. You don't want to this to be triggered, just say pause. Yeah, and order will not be triggered because you have paused it. Whenever you want to restart it, it's available. Just say restart. That's it. So as you can see, the RSI is trying to move up and close. The candle is trying to close here. If it is closed, then it will trigger an order. Candle is still running. So once the candle closes, as the RSI is closing above this line or level that we had indicated, it will give a sorry, it is already given. 11:24:09, it has triggered a long entry. So let's look at what has happened to that order. Go to signals, look at this strategy for Bank Nifty. As you can see, buy is triggered at 11:24. An order for entry into CE has been triggered and the portion is running. P50 quantity of long portion CE is running. So if the price goes above and starts coming down, the CE will be closed and the PE will be triggered. So it can keep working that way. So you can use strategies, you can use indicators, you can put in any kind of drawing and create an alert. Alert creation is a simple process, or even for any of these, either indicators or strategies or trend lines, price biggest lines. It's just that you have to right click and say add alert. If, for example, here you want to create one more alert at this level. Say, if you have taken a long and then you want an alert to be created to close the, say, short position. If you've taken a short and if it comes here, you want to close that short position, you can put in that level and say right click and say add alert and say that, okay, if the price starts coming down, you want the position to be closed. You want sell taken should be close to buy, change to buy, and give it a name. That's it. Create the alert. It will always be there for you. So the steps are very simple. The process is just copy paste of the message box content in either indicator or price based or strategy. Put in the message in the alert box, which is given by Algomojo itself. So here, whatever is there, remove that and paste it with the alert content. If it is indicator, this. If it is strategy, you have a different material code. Put in that code here and update with the webhook URL. That is always a process involved for automation. So these are some of the things that we plan to show today. So in case if anybody would like to have a look at Any specific thing, kindly let me know in TradingView. Or it could be Amibroker also, we can do that. Coming back on the presentation, so as I was mentioning, automation using Algomojo is a two-step process. First step, you define what is that you want to trade. Then in the second step, you go and create an alert and TradingView for whatever you have planned to deploy and take trades with. That's it. Two steps: defining an algorithm and creation of alert and TradingView, and it can keep running for you till you put a stop, either in Algomojo or in Trading. So in TradingView, we saw how to do integration for super trend, RSI, and price-based actions. In case if anybody is interested with Amibroker, if anybody is using Amibroker, let me know. Now, process for setting up in TradingView is that when you're using a strategy, as a first step, always select the trading symbol, then select a time frame in which you're running your strategy, then load your strategy. Then once you load your strategy, you will need to click on the more button and update the message box, then update the webhook URL like this, give a name, update the message box, and update the webhook URL and save it. That's it. That is the simple steps to be followed for creation of alerts for strategies. Now, in case if you are using an indicator, it's a two-step, two alerts needs to be created, one for entry and another for exit. Whereas for a strategy, it is only one alert. So indicator, the process is similar, except that more fields to be updated in TradingView. So you can select, yeah, in TradingView, you will need to select the condition, like what is the condition, whether it is crossing up or crossing down, when do you want it to be triggered, and whether you want to trigger it once or once per bar close. Mention those and it will be available for you always. So similar process for symbol, then the time frame, then the indicator, and choose the more button and create the alert. So for strategy, you have to use one alert, whereas for indicators or price based, you will need to create two alerts. For indicator or price based, you will have different pop-up box of TradingView. You need to update when the condition is, when what condition has to be met, and when should it trigger, and in the message box update the content of buy or sell and say create. That's it. Now, people who are using options, we have close to about 16 option ready-made strategies defined and available. Kindly go through this blog for doing a setup. For each of these strategies, it will show step-by-step process of how to create an alert or how to do the entire setup. Kindly follow that, and you will be able to create an option strategies also. Coming to our support structure, we are available on all trading days from 9 to 5 o'clock. On Saturdays, they are available from 9 to 10 to 5 o'clock. Days from 9 to 5 o'clock. You can contact us on chat support. You can reach us on WhatsApp also, 81055 72233. Or you can call us on 8550 828 828. You can raise a ticket or you can send us an email. We will be able to help you out in terms of any queries or any setups to be done. If you need any assistance, our team will be available to help you out during the market hours. That's it. My name is Lokesh. In case if you have any queries, you can send me an email. We take up coding for TradingView and Amibroker. If you have any ideas to be converted into Pine script or AFLs for using an Amibroker, send me an email. We can check for feasibility and come back and let you know in terms of costing and time involved. We'll be able to provide you such facilities also. I'll have a look at our blog, and our website is algomojo.com. In case you have any queries, kindly type out in the Q&A box. Anybody, any queries, any questions, anything specific that you would like to have a look at? Let me know. This recording is available in case anybody would like to go through it again. In case you want details of our support, try reaching us on either chat or WhatsApp or give us a call. We'll be able to help you out. Okay, in case there are no queries, we can stop this session for now. Thanks a lot and have a nice weekend.